Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Ume one light curved bathroom sconce. This is going to be the single one. There's also a 3-light. Check that out too. Lots of other Ume fixtures that are just as beautiful. You should see them all. This is the 2013 40. We have a lot of details to talk about, so buckle in and let's get going. So let's talk about the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the top of the back plate. That's going to be the fixture height, and that's going to be incorporating this piece of glass. So that'll be on there too. You're talking 8.5 inches high, 5.8 inches wide, and that's going to be the width of this glass. And then the projections coming out from the back plate, which is going to be your wall, to the edge of the glass is going to be coming out at 7.4, something you should know. Back plate on it. Let's talk about that now. That's going to be a 5-inch round diameter. It's going to go over your 4-inch junction box. This is what you guys should have. It's going to be using a universal mounting kit that's going to come with it, and that's going to have all these different holes in it so it can go on all kinds of different junction boxes and kind of cover you for what you're doing. To show you more about that, let's look at the installations instructions. If you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen, midway down. You're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. Open that up for me. It's going to show you lots of things to look at. It's going to show you a full parts list. It's going to show you how to put it together, which is pretty simple. It's going to show you also schematic drawings of the back plate and the whole fixture. So take advantage of that. It's on all of the pages on Hubbardton Forge for us. Okay, so let's get into something else on this. You're going to notice for the pull-down menu where it talks about the choose your finish. You're going to have two finishes to choose. You're going to have the finishes of the fixture, and that's going to be the first one. And that always encompasses the socket, so remember that part of it. The other one is called the accent, and the accent on this is this secondary back plate. It's called a face plate, actually. And this face plate is going to be something that you can choose in the same finish as this, so the whole thing is one finish, or you can choose a different finish like we've done here. This is sterling and this is black, so it's totally up to you how you guys play interior designer and choose those finishes. You know, I tend to think that if I was going to be doing this with this beautiful piece of glass, I would do all the same finish because I want the focus to be on the glass at the end of the day and not so much on the different finishes. But, you know, like it gives you the opportunity, like I said, to be a designer. So take advantage of that. Also on that whole finish thing, if you see some finishes if you have a finish in mind that you don't see on that list, shoot me a quick email and let me know what you're thinking. You're just going to say, I'm looking at a 2013 40 and I'm looking for bronze because all the other stuff in the bathroom I'm doing is bronze. I can most likely do a custom finish on this using the outdoor coastal finishes that will look a lot like the interior bronze. But how we do it is you send me an email, you have to reference that, tell me what you're thinking about. I send that email over to Hubbardton Forge's customs department, and it's going to come back to us, and then I'll send it over to you with an answer. Adds a little time and money, but we do those kind of things every day. It's the beauty of Hubbardton Forge that it's made here in Vermont, only a half hour from us. I was there 15 minutes ago, and there you go. So we can do these, like I said, we can do this stuff. Okay, let's talk about what's inside of this as far as lamping goes. It's going to be using a G9 socket. And a G9 socket takes a G9 bulb. There you go. And it could be a halogen, or it could be an LED. And if you're going to go halogen, which is this guy, you're going to be limited to a 60-watt halogen because of the heat generated by a halogen bulb. If you want to go LED, and I think you should, you can do whatever you want. You can do all kinds of cool LEDs. You can do these phosphorus kind. That's the yellow strip ones. You can do the ones that look like corn cobs that are called cob LEDs. They come in different color temperatures. They come in different wattage equivalents. The best way to go find them, quite honestly, is to look on Amazon.com, and in that header up at the top where it says search bar, put in G9 LED, and up pops up a big page of all these guys to look at. You're going to notice there's different options they're going to be offering. They're going to be offering things like color temperature. They're going to offer wattage equivalents, dimmable or non-dimmable. So when you see this big page pop up, what you're going to want to notice are a couple things. So you're going to want to notice the color temperature. 2700 Kelvin is a very yellow light. The other side of that spectrum is going to be called daylight, which is a little bit of a misnomer. People think that's a warm light, and it's not. That's a cold blue light, and that's going to be 4000, 5000 Kelvin. In the middle of all that is going to be 3000 Kelvin, and 3000 Kelvin is considered warm white. the light coming down on me, on my hands, from the light above, this is 3000 Kelvin. People think this is incandescent when they come into our showroom. It has a beautiful, nice glow to it, makes everything look great. It makes you look great when you're looking in the mirror at yourself, you know, putting on makeup or shaving or whatever you're going to be doing, putting in contacts. So you kind of want to zero in on the right light when you're buying a bathroom sconce, especially because it's going to be different than a lot of the other lighting in your house, where the other lighting in your house is lighting the whole place. This is lighting you looking in a mirror in your bathroom. Okay, so what I would probably zero in on also is going to be wattage equivalence. So like I said, you can find these in 40 watt equivalents, 60 watt equivalents. I tend to like a 75 watt equivalent bulb only because I want to get the max light out of a bulb if I can, and I tend to like this. I found this on Amazon quite a while ago. I don't know if it's still available, but I go and buy them once in a while when I do see them. And this is a 3000 Kelvin, and this is a dimmable version too. You don't necessarily need a dimmable bulb in a bathroom. Some of you might, but you don't necessarily do. So if it's not offered in a dimmable, but you can still get the 3000 Kelvin and the 75 watt equivalent, you should go for that. When you are choosing glass on this, you're going to notice you're going to have two different setups. So this one has the retaining ring already embedded in the end of it. This one has just a hole, and what's going to keep this on to the fixture is going to be a retaining cup, and that has threading in it too, right there. So on this piece, in this glass, which is called a thumbprint because there's two little dimples here, it kind of like pushes in like that, the bulb is going to be protruding a little bit out of this, so that's something you might want to think about when you're looking at bulbs. You can try all kinds of bulbs to see what looks best to you, but just remember it's going to poke out of this so you're going to see the end of it. And this piece of glass is going to be offered in two options. You're going to be able to do cool gray, which is what this is. It's also going to be, this shape's going to be offered in clear, so that's going to be the two for this. This other piece of glass, which is actually one of my favorites in the entire line, because it looks like Dome, which is a beautiful handmade French glass company from way back. It's not Dome, but it really looks like it. Anyway, okay, so this is going to be what's called frosted. On the inside of this, it is frosted. It's sandblasted on the inside. The outside is a beautiful glossy texture to it. It's a beautiful free-form look to it. And also, it's got this milky, translucent quality, so you're not going to see the bulb at all, so you don't have to worry about how pretty the bulb is. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things, so you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I can walk you through the whole thing, okay? So, if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.